Mercury square Mars. In this case, Mercury, along with the Sun, is in water. What that means is we look around us, we see a home. Water sees the emotions within the home. Earth might see the physical building. Air might see people communicating. Fire might see a creative process happening in the larger picture. Water looks at the home and sees the feelings, sees the emotions, and that's what it finds itself most interested in. Mars is in air along with Venus. So Venus and Mars are both in air. They are both interested in air things. They're both interested in, what's happening right now and mental stimulation. They're both looking at the same house, the same home, but following different paths within it. The Sun is in Cancer, and so it's the ruler of the situation. This is who I am. I am Cancer. I am moving where I want to go. I am going to do what I want to do. Mercury is the interpreter for the Sun. But Mars is supposed to cut the way for the Sun. Mars is supposed to get what the king wants. Be the one who cuts the path. The Sun says, here's where I want to go, and Mars goes, oh, yes, sir, okay, here we go, and cuts the path, clears the way for wherever it is that the Sun wants to go. In this case, Mars squares both Mercury and the Sun. It's a very, very tight square between Mercury and Mars, an exact square, and a little bit wider from Mars to the Sun. So how does that play out? How that plays out is there's this constant feeling that no matter what is happening, Mars is not going in the direction that Mercury thinks the Sun wants to go in. Mercury is the one who's constantly saying to the Sun, here's where we are, here's where we are, here's where we're going, here's where we are. Mars is the one who's supposed to cut the path. So Mercury is constantly saying to the Sun, Mars is not going where you said you want to go. And Mars is like, I am too. Now, if you look at the broader perspective, you realize that it's true. That this is still a home, all of these things are still happening. It's just this constant inner battle for attention. So Mercury often feels like that Mars is taking side trips, going a direction that does, making the path wider than it needs to be. And Mars feels like Mercury is just so utterly boring, and that the Sun certainly needs all the information that's available right here. It doesn't even take extra time. Well, that's, Mercury has a slower digestive system in water. So it does take Mercury longer to digest all of the enormous amount of information coming this way. And by having Mars enlarge the path so much, it just creates more and more and more for Mercury to have to digest to give the king information. So it just makes Mercury's job harder. It's like if we would just go by water, I wouldn't have to keep explaining to the Sun where we are. We wouldn't be very many places. We would just be on the water. Oh, there's not that much work to do to explain. Here's where we are. But all this stuff you keep showing, and this and this and that and that, and the telephone and the computer and the movie screen, and everything that's happening up above, none of that is important. None of that is necessary. We could find our way fine if we would just stick to the water. And of course, this is the continuing battle of Mercury square Mars.